Alright, we need to head to the war room. Let's see what goodies we can get. I did resolve a couple of the operations off camera. For example, I did follow up on escorting the disgraced warden down into the deep roads. And actually she was able to, according to the report, she was able to find a lair where darkspawn were breeding and was able to sacrifice herself to destroy that area. And the Inquisition suffered only minimal losses, so it was a rather heroic end for her. Here I activated the mission for finding the missing Seekers that Cassandra is looking for. This is her quest. For a time, finding the missing Seekers seemed to be impossible. Early indications pointed to these men and women heading one at a time into Ferelden, but here their trail went cold. A chance rumor regarding Ban Loren, a Ferelden nobleman who had not been heard from for months, led Inquisition agents to investigate Ker Oswin. And they, too, went silent. These events are connected, and it seems this is where the missing Seekers can be found. So we'll follow Cassandra to that area. Alright. I did a mission just to gain some additional materials having to do with my specialization. So that's completed now. And we have the Contact Hero Ferelden mission ready to go. Sister Liliana, the hero of Ferelden, made contact. He left a letter to deliver to the Inquisitor, as well as goods from his travels that may be of use. We have included them in this missive. Yours in service, Sister Rajan. Alright, we'll have to have a look at that then. Just a quick little coda here, because I'd realized I had forgotten to add this in. So, we had completed that, we had completed the operation, Contact the Hero of Ferelden, and we got a letter out of it. And here is the actual letter you can find in the Codex. To Her Worship, Inquisitor Trevelyan. I wish that I had helpful information regarding Corypheus, but due to my own limited training during the Blight, I know less of ancient Darkspawn lore than do most wardens. I am engaged in a search of my own. All Grey Wardens who do not fall in battle eventually fall to something known as the Calling, a magic that preys upon our own connection to the Blight and the Darkspawn. Rather than such foul magic eventually leading to my death, I have determined to find a way to negate this calling and save all wardens from its effects. As I have little useful information to offer, please accept the accompanying gifts instead. If in my quest I find anything that might be of use to you in your fight against Corypheus, I will send it to you immediately. Yours, Warden Commander Serana of Ferelden. Alright, so we want to... here we go. This is to finish up Cole's mission. And let's see, which one is shorter? Liliana's is shorter. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to venatory binding magic. The Amulet of the Unbound, used by Ravani seers, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world will be difficult.
Inquisitor.
So we'll put Liliana on that trail. And let's see. Where should we put Josephine? Let's see what this one is. We have received word that Morven the Under has made good on your judgment of armed exile into Winter. He and his clan immediately staked a claim to a large section of land along the Imperial Highway at the edge of the Silent Plains. It is inhospitable and vacant, and they claim they are not interested in banditry or actively threatening anyone. Beyond, of course, suddenly declaring that they now live within Imperial borders. Our Tevinter contacts say the relocation has caused significant concern among the Magisters. Well, they say they want peace. A fine jest, and now it is done. I suggest cutting ties before their presence is considered provocation.
To work?
If you guys don't remember, that was the guy who was throwing goats at my keep. Alright, and... Okay, so that one was actually for Colin. So we still need to find something for Josephine. This is actually something I also want to complete before I get into finishing up Josephine's quest. I want to actually gather the information on Lord Otranto. It just gives... I double-checked it. It does give you an extra option that you can use during that final quest. Ah, here we go. That's the other one I definitely wanted to finish up. This is to help Dagna with finding Samson's weakness. The red lyrium is very strange. How Samson's armor hasn't killed him, I don't know. I can find out, but it'll be time and money. Tools, tests, and some books I can remember from a circle or two. If they aren't stolen or burned, in which case I'll need to write them, and the ink isn't cheap. Actually, I think I read that already. My apologies. With the right investment, nothing is beyond our reach.
Inquisitor.
That's the spirit, Josephine. Another thing I want to check up on is Blackwall. And actually, on our way to find him, we're past the throne, so we'll do another judgment. I did complete the mission to find the mayor of Crestwood, the one who had flooded the town when the Darkspawn came. So we'll see what we can judge for him.
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents. He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word. If the mayor has anything to say in his defense, let him speak.
There's no cure for the Blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood? Were no innocents caught in the waters?
Nearly everyone in the village had the Blight. I swear it. Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
Well, exile was what he was trying to do himself, so I'd rather not go with that option. There is a certain justice in giving him to the Grey Wardens. And I think this option only appears if you are allied with the Grey Wardens instead of exiling them. Because what he did in order to struggle against the Blight. And I have a feeling that if we let him go somewhere else, chances are the village people, relatives, will come after him as revenge. So this is certainly probably not what he wants, but I think this is the best we can do for him.
The Blight was your undoing. Let it also be your means of redemption. I give you to our allies in the Grey Wardens, to fight Darkspawn until the calling takes you.
I don't deserve the honor, your worship, but I'll do my best.
At least he was willing to accept it. Alright, that's all the judgments for today. Now let's go down and check with Blackwall, because he's the only companion left who we haven't had a quest for. So I'm hoping that there is enough approval from him that we can actually get that started. I think he should be over in the barn area, I guess you would call it. Is he around here?
Feels good to be back at work, Inquisition.
And lucky you have me. Mountain air like this, not healthy for many animals. But I'll make do with your little fortress.
Oh, I'd actually forgotten to check in with him.
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Oversupplied. Never thought a mountain pass could seem like luxury.
Well, that's good news.
Are your wife and daughter doing well?
Elena's minding the farms. Sienna's still running her full races. Wouldn't be fair to drag them up here. I miss them. But someone has to save the world.
Heard anything worth noting?
Too busy to hear things, and that's how I like it.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
It's nice to know our stable master survived Haven and is still minding the animals around here. It says that this is where Blackwall is, but I haven't seen anything. How about this? No, that's not written by Blackwall. I'll just scroll by this. Hello? I've lost my companion.
Our mounts have never had better.
If he's not here, I thought there would be something that we could check. At least that's what I remember. He hasn't finished his little toy that he was making either. Huh. Is he just outside, maybe? Oh, there he is. Jeez, I've been looking all over for you, man.
Someone I knew once described Adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
We stopped him. We saved most of the Wardens.
But not all of them. And they died thinking they were doing something good. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Alright, so that was the follow-up from the previous mission at the Animan Fortress. Ah. And yeah, the exclamation point says that he has a quest for us, so I think we're good to go.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
Not the fireside tale I was expecting, Blackwall.
Just listen. I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, Or alerted someone? I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Powerful statement there. Okay, we'll check one more time. See if we can get the quest now. And he's gone again.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Oh, now there's a note stapled to this toy that he's working on. Letter. Message from Blackwall. Inquisitor. You've been a friend and an inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to uphold the former. It has been my honor to serve you. Wait a minute. Has he left? Wait a minute. We were starting to get along. Let's see, there's another exclamation point down here. Ah, messenger.
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
A crumpled report. A crumpled sheet of paper. It looks like it was removed from a recent report to Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Cyril Mornay, one of the soldiers responsible for the Callier massacre of 937, was captured in Leeds. Like the others who were arrested for their involvement, Mornay insists that he did not know who he was assassinating and that he was just following the orders of his captain. This captain, Tom Rayner, is still at large. Mornay is to be executed within the week in Valrayo. Well, I guess that's where we need to head then.
Not now, sister.
I know what you
Let's see. Okay, so we have that for Blackwall. And Cassandra, so let's see, 1, 2, 3. And, well, we're finishing up 4 right now. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do Cassandra's first. Yep. Cassandra has reason to believe that Corythius is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth, but she requires help to prove it. All right. Let us be off. Then we'll go and do Blackwalls, I think. So Cassandra's coming, obviously. Now you see here Blackwall with an X over it. He's not currently available for obvious reasons. Dealing with the Seekers of Truth. Let's take Vivian. And let's take Varric. This is another one-shot dungeon.
Care Oswin. Odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
Do a quick level up on my characters here. Oh yeah, Vivian has 3 points we need to spend. Uno, dos, tres. And Varric has 1. Something called the Promisers.
One down!
I wonder how they're related to the Seekers. I can tell that I'm now way over-leveled for these missions now.
Promises. I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
What kind of strange beliefs?
They believe they are Seekers, the only rightful ones. They say we robbed their powers long ago, preventing them from ending the world.
Ending the world?
The only way to truly eradicate evil in their eyes, the world will be reborn a paradise. It's all nonsense.
Why haven't the Seekers dealt with them?
We have, many times. They simply reappear after a time like weeds. Nobody knows how.
Cultists. Why am I not surprised?
This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
Oh, we have a key. Let's go ahead and make this the active quest here. Uh-oh. Dead Seekers.
A Seeker. Did they torture him to death? The Promisers will pay for this.
Now you guys have Cassandra mad now. Between the Templars, the Seekers, the Promisers, I'm starting to lose track of the organizations here. Yeah, I'm at least 9 levels above these enemies. But considering how much grief I had to go through in the Descent, I'll take the easy fights now.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of red lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. We claim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the Promisers want the world to end? What use are they to him?
Corypheus will probably betray them before they get their chance.
But after he gets what he needs out of them. But this doesn't explain how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them. We must keep looking.
The letter said Seekers were resistant to red lyrium.
Our abilities grant us many gifts, but a resistance to red lyrium's corruption? That seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
You sound worried.
I am. The Seekers are my family.
I guess we need to go up this way. There's a big altar up there. Let's see. I'll let them finish up here. That's a cool looking throne. See, I think we can go up around this way. Go behind the altar.
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Cassandra. It is you. You're alive.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
Well, they made him ingest the red lyrium, didn't they?
Can we do anything?
I don't know. This thing inside him...
The Lord Seeker. You have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies. He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Would he really work with these cultists?
I intend to find out.
Wait! Don't leave me like this, please.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome. He was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man. Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
Now, I wonder what Corypheus promised to Lucius that he's working with him. That's a pretty courtyard. Too bad it's filled with these jerks.
One down!
Now that snowstorm would be courtesy of Vivian. Works pretty well, too.
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a woman I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
Call off your men, or this only ends one way.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi. A war that will see no end.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help?
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
He's completely mad, isn't he?
Lord Seeker, what you've done.
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
I somehow doubt that. And unfortunately, we're at such a high level that we pretty much kill him in one blow. A little bit anticlimactic.
He was insane. He had to be. The influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
If so, the plan worked perfectly.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this book of secrets.
Alright, so back to Skyhold we go. Over here. Alright, so we need to speak with Cassandra. See what was in this book.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker, since the time of the old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
Are you all right? You look drained.
I assume you know about the Rite of Tranquility. The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Does the book say it was used for other things?
No. As a Seeker, I looked into abuses. Mages made Tranquil as punishment. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the Rite, from the beginning.
Why keep that knowledge a secret?
We created the Rite of Tranquility. To become a Seeker, I spent months in a vigil, emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil, and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility, and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
Ah, so that's the difference between the Templars and the Seekers. Templars' abilities come from lyrium. The Seekers' abilities apparently come from spirits.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
I can't foresee the future, Cassandra.
But we know the past. Those who do not heed history are doomed to repeat it.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
Ah, hence the name of their organization.
Rebuild the Seekers. Make them better than they were.
Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
Alright, time to do Blackwall's quest, I think. So we need to go to Val Royeaux, I believe. Oh, yeah, this is where it is. And looks like the execution is going to be right there. So we'll travel. We'll take Sarah. And Cassandra again. And let's take Iron Bull along. Oh, yep, the gallows are set up.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
So we're just waiting for Blackwall to turn up, right?
Poor bastard. So, where's food? Orlesians always stock these things.
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall!
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Dun dun dun.
Busy days.
We learn a
Everyone's
new
scared out of their
truth
minds.
here.
Can't blame them. We'll get through. That's what we do. Or we die.
Scroll through this, in case you're interested.
Cheery shit, aren't you?
Alright, so we need to find Blackwall in his new prison. So we need to head back this way, I guess. So the question is now, was he ever a Grey Warden? Did he do the joining?
I cannot answer these questions. I am your junior.
That may, if he didn't, that may be why he didn't hear the calling. Or at least didn't make any mention of hearing the calling, unlike all the other wardens did. For some reason I can't mark that, so I'll just put my own mark down.
How does one recover from the end of everything?
Turn where others have turned. When last did you visit a chantry?
Ah,
I don't
okay.
sentence. I don't ask. I just...
All in all, the Winter Palace game provided some fine
Ah, Valrayo Prison.
even with the extra play.
I guess we gotta go around this way. Down in the deepest, darkest depths.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Was the bailiff telling the truth? Did you really do those things?
Yes, I did. It's all true. It's time we all took a good look at who I really am. Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Would a monster have given himself up? Somewhere along the line, you stopped pretending.
Now we need to just talk with Cullen.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celene's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
Some part of you is impressed by what he did, isn't it?
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
I need to think about it.
Do what you must, but come to a decision soon. This will not wait forever.
Let's see if Blackwall has anything more to say. Again, it speaks well of the writing for the Dragon Age universe that when I first played through this, I too felt quite betrayed when I learned that Blackwall was not who he said he was.
Yes?
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question. Just as your men trust you.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't wield themselves.
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue. But you're right. There was no need for what I did.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing. A waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valchavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Ah, so he never did do the joining, so technically he's not a Grey Warden. At least not in the fact that he has the Darkspawn taint inside him. Though one could argue he does have the heart of a Warden, at least at this point in his life.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
That's all for now.
Now time to go back to Cullen and make our official call, so to speak. And I think we have to do that in the war room, I think. Let's see. Yeah, order the advisors to find a way to get him out of prison. So I think we have to do that at Skyhold. Alright, back to the war table we go. And we'll see what we can do about getting Blackwall out of prison. I think Aurora would like to judge him herself. She's shown up to this point that execution is not how she tends to deal with things. Alright, there's a perk to spend, but I'll actually do that later. Alright. A couple of things are done. Cole's quest is now ready to go. Nightingale. It's been some time since I crossed paths with your agents. It was only natural both they and I chose the night of Duke M's ball to pay a visit to his private collection. I confess matters nearly became unpleasant. I am grateful your agent still remembered the appropriate phrases we in the delicate arts use. While I prefer to avoid political entanglement, I wish nothing but good fortune to the Inquisition in restoring order in these troubled times. The article in question was among the lesser of the items which I was interested, and your agents were most welcome to it. I am pleased that this matter ended with harm to none, save Duke M's pet wyvern and his collection of rare Antivan water clocks. Until we meet again, R. Another spy, apparently. And perhaps even an old friend of Liliana's. Finding Samson's weakness, Dagna has forwarded what she learned about Samson's strange armor. Her glee over her discovery is disconcerting, but her information may prove invaluable. We should speak at your earliest convenience, Inquisitor. Signed, Cullen. I think that should finish up that particular quest. Okay, Josephine's is still going on. What I want to do next is gather information on Lord Otranto. And that's something that only Liliana can do.
Let's see what we have.
And let's see. We have Cullen still available, I think. So can he... Yeah, Raynor's release an alternative. Okay. Something that Liliana has to do, apparently. But in the meantime, we can do Cole's quest. Let's do this one. The Imperial Army will aid... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought Josephine was tied up. I guess she isn't. Must be Cullen who is right now. The Imperial Army will aid the Inquisition's forces against Corypheus, but they must also address lingering issues at home. Weaknesses in the Vale, no doubt heightened due to rifts, have resulted in demons on the road between Valforet and Montismad. This would demand a call to action at the best of times. Unfortunately, the increased number of travelers on the roads, merchants attempting to restore trade, and displaced civilians returning home after the war has made the situation worse. The head of the Imperial Army has requested assistance from the Inquisition in subduing this threat. Josephine says merchants often travel with armed escorts, but civilians require safe shelter. We could petition the Chantry for aid on their behalf.
At your service.
Alright, let's speak with Cole. See, he's over in the tavern. So we'll head up to the tavern's attic.